Peace to the family, was goody. It's your boy back with another episode. I'm your host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. Yo, we had a nice little weekend. I hope y'all had a good weekend, but it's Monday. It's time to bring the good energy for the week. Always remember, Mondays don't suck. It's your job. Your job sucks. But let's get it. First, like, share, and subscribe. Let go. So we had LeBron James in the media. Everybody talking about he could get traded. I don't believe it at all. That's just LeBron. Him and Rich Paul, they want to keep him in the media. But LeBron opted into his contract, another year with the Lakers. And then Rich Paul, somebody leaked that Rich Paul said, Bron knows Lakers are building for the future, and Bron values a realistic chance of winning it all. So if he want to win it all, it's not happening in L.A. You know what I mean? I know it's him and Luka. They need to add way more pieces than this because LeBron and Luka is not it. You know, they both the same type of player. You know, both of them niggas don't play D. So, and they talking about Bron can be traded, and people be like, Bron don't want to get traded. He's never been traded. Bron got traded before. That move where he went to the Miami Heat, that was a sign and trade. So he got traded before. So y'all need to know y'all history before y'all start running off at the mouth. That was a sign and trade. So he's been traded. Where can Bron be traded to? It's not too many teams that you can trade for LeBron. Because LeBron got to be on a certain team. He got to have certain players. Especially at this age. LeBron ain't finna go out there and drop 30, 40, 50, you know what I mean? He looking for help. So, and that's no disrespect to Bron. We all know Bron a GOAT. Yeah, Bron got to be on a specific type of team, especially at his age. But and you don't want to blow up your team for somebody that's 41 or whatever, however old he is. But shout out to Bron. You know, keep getting the bag. Bron ain't missing no money. And I don't think they're going to trade him because, Bronny over there in L.A. But we had the Blazers buy out DeAndre Ayton. You know, now DeAndre Ayton is a free agent. He can go anywhere he want to go. He had about like 30-something mil left on his contract in Portland. They just going to pay him out his money and let him go. Where can Ayton go? There's a lot of teams that Ayton can go. He can go to the Spurs. That would be crazy, too, because that would allow Wemby to play the 4 instead of the 5. That'd be crazy. He can go to Charlotte. He can go to Charlotte. Charlotte ain't got no center. They got Nurkic in Utah. He can go to Utah with Ace Bailey. He can go to the Lakers. You know what I mean? Lakers ain't got no center like that. Yeah, he can go a few places, but it just depends on his motivation. Because, DeAndre Ayton is kind of like a diva media. I mean, the media portrayed him to be a diva. He don't be putting his effort out there. We seen him give up in Phoenix. We seen him not show up to games because of storms in Portland, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It just depends on what type of player DeAndre Ayton is. And right now, he not like that. So, he a good player, but, his demeanor and all that don't help him. But, shout out to DeAndre Ayton. They paid you. Go somewhere that you want to go. Fit in, and hopefully you get back on track. We had Jabari Smith sign a 5-year, $122 million extension with the Houston Rockets, the young dude. That's a good look for them. He's still young. He was hurt. He came off the bench. Thompson twin developed and made Jabari come off the bench. But he a good player, you know what I mean? Now you pair him with Kevin Durant, he can learn from one of the GOATs. They got the same stature, 6'10", 6'11", however tall he is. He can shoot. He can dribble. He got a basic game like Kevin Durant. He not Kevin Durant. He not KD, but they got a similar build and similar play style. So he can learn from Kevin Durant. Houston got a young squad, Sengun, Jabari, Thompson twin. They got Eason, Whitmore. They got everybody. Hopefully he develop into a good player. He already a good player, but he can be great. We got James Harden opting into his contract. He opted out of $36 million and signed about like $80-something million for 2 years. That's good for James Harden. Even though the Clippers ain't gonna win, but James Harden is a GOAT and he still contributed. He still is a good addition to a team. You know, he's a great point guard. He still can score if need be. So shout out to James Harden. He one of the GOATs. We had Ace Bailey arriving in Utah after not traveling with the other draft picks after they drafted him. Fine, that's a good look for Ace Bailey. You know, he got to keep a positive mindset with this because you don't want your career to start off like that, bro. You don't, yeah, you know what I mean? He said he blessed to be with the Jazz. That's how you supposed to talk in the media. Just keep it like that. The world know you don't want to be there. So just go ball out. That's what your contract is. Get the bag. Average 20, 30, whatever you can. Get the bag. Once your contract is up, you can just enter free agency and you don't ever got to go back. But yeah, you don't want your career to start off like this though, my nigga, because you're a young black dude and I know they can't wait to portray you as a certain type of player and mess up the narrative of your career. So, bro, just stay focused. Hoop. Focus on basketball. Get the bag. Then you can go to where you're trying to go. Speaking of the Jazz trade Colin Sexton to Charlotte for Nurkic and a pick. You know what I mean? That's a good... Well, I mean, I don't know. Jazz, you knew that Colin Sexton was gone once they added Ace Bailey. So, I don't know what Charlotte is doing. Are they going to try to look to get rid of LaMelo Ball? That's what I think. They need to get rid of LaMelo Ball and start over because LaMelo ain't healthy. I'm not saying he can't play. That nigga's nice. But Charlotte is not an organization that looks like they building for winning. They just be playing. They just trying to go out there and have a team so the owner can get bread. That's what it sounds like to me because them niggas been trash since forever. We got Malik Beasley being investigated for betting. I don't know what the fuck that nigga doing, bro. That's wicked. These NBA players and this betting shit is getting out of hand because, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You make millions. You know what I mean? There's no need to make thousands on the side. If you want to make thousands on the side, invest your money and start a business. Hire somebody, then get your money like that. But you can't be betting on your job, bro. Like, this nigga betting on NBA games. I'm not saying it's true. We don't know yet, but he being investigated. But, nigga, you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. This is the stupidest thing you can do. Nigga finna fuck up his bag for his family, get banned from the league like the Porter brother. He got banned from the league and could be facing jail time. Y'all niggas is fucking stupid, bro. I don't know what the fuck these niggas is on, but, bro, you can't be doing that. But it is what it is, you know. You a grown-ass man. I'm not finna tell no grown-ass nigga what to do. I ain't nobody. But, you know, you gotta think better, think smarter. Y'all niggas is wicked. You know, there's nothing positive I can say because you shouldn't be involved in this at all. But it is what it is. We finna get into the WNBA. So the NBA All-Star Game captains have been picked. The captains is Caitlin Clark and Naphecia Collier, the MVP. She be hooping, bro. This has got to be fan-based because if it's going off of statistics, you know what I mean? It can't be. But it is what it is. Shout out to Clark and Collier, though. We had the Atlanta Dream go against the New York Liberty. The Dream won 90-81. Jones had 21 and 6. Gray had 26 and 9. B. Stu for the Liberty had 21 and 9. Cloud had 20 and 6. Atlanta Dream be hooping, y'all. Like, I can see them at the end playing in a championship game because they be hooping. We had the Chicago Sky go against the LA Sparks. Chicago Sky won 92-85. My nigga Angel Reese, Reese, had 24, 16, and 7. 10 for 19 shooting. Shout out to Reese. You know what I mean? Atkins added 20 for the Sparks. Plum had 22, 7, and 5. Hamby had 20 and 14. Shout out to Angel Reese getting them dubs, hooping. She been hooping these last couple games. She got to be a player of the week. Her and Aaliyah Boston, probably player of the week somewhere. Angel Reese last few games. So last night she had 24, 16, and 7. 10 for 19. The game before that she had 17 and 18. 17 points, 18 rebounds on 43% shooting. The game before that she had 18 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals on 50% shooting. And then her worst game out of the few games, she had 10 points, 19 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals on 27% shooting. So hopefully this is A Reezy on the come up. Shout out to Angel Reese. Keep balling. Keep balling. Keep balling. Get these niggas nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Keep hooping. Stay consistent. You know what I mean? Hopefully this is her catching her stride. Cause you know, you got haters. You know, she got the most haters out of anybody in the WNBA. You know, so keep hooping. Hopefully, when I post this clip, hopefully they don't get in here with the, you know what I mean. You already know what it is. I don't even gotta say it. Once I post this clip, you gonna see it in the comments. So shout out to Andrew Reese though. Keep getting dubs, keep hooping, keep getting buckets, keep producing. They got a losing record. I think they like 5-11. That's a terrible record, but keep hooping. You know what I mean. You know, you one of my favorite players in the WNBA. But we had the Las Vegas Aces go against the Phoenix Mercury. Aces won 84-81. Aja Wilson, she was hooping too, 26, 18, and 7. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Aja Wilson. You know, the team is like 8-8. You know, it's a struggling season. Hopefully they can turn it around. For the Mercury, Thomas had 16, 7, and 8. We had Minnesota go against Connecticut. Minnesota won 102-63. Connecticut is the WNBA pinata. Everybody be beating their ass. Every time I look at their scores, it's like, bro, y'all getting drugged. You know what I mean? Every game they getting drugged. Like I said, the MVP, I think this year's MVP so far is Nafisa Collier. She had 23-9. McBride had 20-9 for Connecticut. Morrow had 18-11 off the bench. But like I said, Connecticut is the pinata of the WNBA. They be getting their ass beat. We had Golden State Valkyries go against the Seattle Storm. Golden State won 84-57. For Golden State, Hayes had 21 for Seattle. Skylar Diggins led the way with 18, 6, and 5. She still be out there hooping, cooking them. Letting y'all know she still can hoop. You know what I mean? Shout out to her. We're going to get into some MLB. We had the Cardinals beat the Guardians 7-0. Pirates beat the Mets 12-1. They beat the brakes off them niggas. Yankees beat the Athletics 12-5. Phillies beat the Braves 2-1. Braves got the hardest jersey. I think that Chipper Jones jersey probably my favorite jersey. Orioles beat the Rays 5-1. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 5-3. Reds beat the Padres 3-2. Astros beat the Cubs 2-0. Rockies beat the Brewers 4-3. Dodgers beat the Royals 5-1. White Sox beat the Giants 5-2. Mariners beat the Rangers 6-4. Nationals beat the Angels 7-4. Marlins beat the D-backs 6-4. And Tigers beat the Twins 3-0. So that's all we finna get into today. Like, share, and subscribe. We out. Peace.